Hi everyone, I'm so honored to be part of this video project, and I'm going to just dive right in and talk about my emotional loss and what I did to overcome it and get back into the world. So for those of you who are in the midst of that tunnel, I hope my words are helpful for you. So my loss came in the form of a sudden divorce. I had a 2-year-old. My ex-husband was in the military and gone for months and months at a time, and he returned from a 6-month deployment on Mother's Day in 2002, and I went to pick him up, and we went to dinner, and over dinner he said, "I'm not happy, I want to go find my happiness, and I want a divorce." And it literally just turned my life upside down, and I went through denial, like, oh, we're not going to get divorced, this will work out, and anger, like, how dare he, I have a 2-year-old, I'm over 30, who's going to want to be with someone over 30 who has a child? And I look back now, it's been more than a decade, and not laugh, but I think, gosh, that was just kind of a silly thing to be thinking, an untrue thing to be thinking. I was very sad. I thought that I had my one shot at love and my one shot at having a child with someone that I could raise forever, and that I had blown my shot. That's really what I thought. And those feelings were overwhelming and devastating and horrible. And I literally felt like it was going to last forever. And even as I would move through the stages, each one of those stages felt like they were going to last forever. So I just have to say they will not last forever, I promise. My first steps toward reentry and getting back and moving on with my life, I got a therapist and I got a coach, and I started to pay attention to why I had been in that situation in the first place. What about me and my life brought me to that point and helped me to choose him and to choose that situation. And then I started taking care of myself. I practiced what I call extreme self-care. At least I started to. Back then, extreme self-care for me was eating chocolate in all temperatures and taking a hot bath and watching Everybody Loves Raymond reruns and Friends reruns, and just really connecting with myself and starting to make myself feel better. And I hung out with my girlfriends and read books that made me feel better and watched videos that made me feel better and movies that helped me to cry and get through some of those emotions. But I just started really to practice extreme self-care, and I encourage you to do the same. What would I change about getting back to myself, about my reentry process? I would start taking care of myself sooner. I would recognize the situation for what it was sooner. I had lunch with a girlfriend today, and she said, boy, it only took me 2 weeks after my divorce started to happen before I realized that it was a true blessing in disguise. And I thought, wow, 2 weeks. I think it took me 6 years to get to that point. And she's a very evolved and aware and special person. And so if there's a way for you to recognize that there are true blessings in the loss, whatever loss you're having, if there is a way for you to recognize that there are blessings that come from everything that feels awful, that would have been something I would have changed, and I recommend that you do the same. If right now you are watching and experiencing emotional loss, I encourage you to feel the feelings, not stuff them. I encourage you to take extreme self-care, to engage in extreme self-care and take excellent care of yourself. And I would encourage you just to take it one day at a time and to put one little thing in every single day that makes you feel great. So whether it is a piece of chocolate, or whether it is a nice glass of wine, or a hot bath, or to go watch a funny movie, or to indulge in a wonderful book, just to give yourself some space and some quiet. One of the things that's really helped me is meditation. So just getting quiet and letting go, and, blessing the loss. Looking for the blessing, but just blessing the people that you've lost in whatever way you've lost them, or whatever situation you've lost. Just find the blessing. Look for the blessing, because there are blessings, I promise you. And you will look back, like I look back a decade later and think to myself, wow, there were so many blessings that have come from that experience that felt so incredibly overwhelming and awful. And my loss was physical pain. That was not physical pain. And so I can look back now and say, wow, there were just so many blessings that came to me through that. I just encourage you to keep going, keep the faith, hang in there, and know that tomorrow will be better and the day after that will be better. So I wish you the best, and I hope my words were helpful. Thanks.